Ya estamos de vuelta y les cuento que cuando la actriz Margot Robbie asumió el papel de la ex patinadora olímpica Tonya Harding, se tuvo que someter a un arduo entrenamiento de 5 días a la semana para aprender a patinar sobre hielo. Claro que para las escenas de grandes saltos y combinaciones se utilizaron 2 patinadoras profesionales y una ayudita digital de la compañía 8FX de Nueva York. Aquí les traemos el proceso por el que tuvieron que pasar para hacer los gráficos digitales de la película I, Tonya. Disfrútenlo.
I, Tonya was a great job for us here at 8VFX. We were able to work in the 8VFX New York office, led by our creative director, Jean-Marc Zemmer. He put a fantastic team together, and what we were able to do was build stadiums and do face replacement on Margot.
My role was to, just to take care about all the visual effects we needed to do for this movie, to make sure like everything was going good and going right with the budget we have and all the effect we have to accomplish for this movie.
In all respects, this was like kind of a blissful film experience because we did do it independently. We had a lot of freedom, a lot of creative control. And I've had a long history with Jean-Marc, like with commercials, so we have a great shorthand. And that's why I really wanted to bring him in on this. I knew it was really demanding, it was going to be a tough schedule, and he could do it.
For the face replacement, there was different idea. Like Craig wanted to have this camera really handheld, moving, be free to move and going from something really close to her to something really wide where she's doing all the different figure skating.
We had Margot, which was amazing. She was so diligent and she trained 5 days a week for 5 months. And her with her skating coach figured out like how much they could do, and I was amazed. And she'd go out and she'd do like 30-40 seconds of it, and I was kind of astounded that she could pull it off.
We needed to combine different techniques. When she's getting really close, we were doing some traditional face replacement, which is like a more 2D approach where we quickly line up the shots and say, okay, let's shoot this head really quickly on a blue screen, let's shoot Margot on a blue screen quickly and try to figure out the positioning of the head. And the other approach was to go into a full CG head replacement.
So what we did was we set up a small studio on location to scan Margot Robbie's face and give us the overall head model with textures and expressions. We then took that data into Maya and used the scan to build the final CG model with 4 different makeup looks.
So I knew if I have these 2 techniques, somewhere we will be able to make it work.
On the shoot, we set up 6 witness cameras synced to the timecode of the 35mm camera, which allowed us to have an accurate position of Margot Robbie in every shot in each stadium.
It really freed up the work, and then the great thing with 8FX is we're seeing the world. I mean, we're doing these shots that are, I think there's one shot that it's 3 shots stitched together, it ends up being like 2.5 minutes. That is non-stop and seeing everything.
As with sound or music, when effects actually start coming in and you start to really see the movie and not just what you hope the movie's going to be, and it just becomes alive. It's such a difference. A full stadium is very different than an empty stadium, and the actual actress's face on her body is very different than somebody else with a little orange ball on top.
So the challenge of pulling off all of this amount of work in 3 months really challenged us. Our expertise with pipeline and our long-standing relationship with Craig Gillespie meant that we were able to pull it off.
It went like clockwork. Got them the shots, came in and made very few notes, and once we established the look, they ran with it. It was actually one of my least stressful parts of the process.
It was a great experience, a really, really, really great experience to work with Craig, to work with Tanya, also the editor. We were really close. The communication between us was really good, and the way we approached this work was really good. So it was a real pleasure to work on this movie.
Ya para finalizar, los dejo con la banda sonora de la película La Máscara de 1994, con una escena que no deja de provocar risas y unas ganas enormes de bailar. Soy Gustavo Cohen, nos vemos si Dios quiere la próxima semana y recuerden que me pueden encontrar por las redes como Gustavo Piso Cohen. Nos vemos pronto. Chao, chao.
I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom. Yes, sir, I'm Cuban Pete. I'm the craze, I'm on a street. When I start to dance, everything goes chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom. The senoritas, they sing and they swing with their pero. It's very nice. So full of fun. And when they're dancing, they bring a happy ring to that quiero. Singing a song all the day long. Ooh, if you like the beat, take a lesson from Cuban Pete. And that teaches you to chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom.
He's a really modest guy, although he's the hottest guy in Havana.
See, senorita, I know that you will like a chicky boom chick. It's very nice, so full of spice. I place my hand on your hip, and if you will just give me your hand, then we shall try, just you and I.
Shut up and help me down, all right?
And I teach you to chick, chicky boom, chick, chicky boom, chick, chicky boom.
Start dancing, I'll blow your brains out.
Give me that thing.